who is going to be talking. We're also combing through our emails, waiting to see if anyone else is sharing a statement about different races. But we can tell you, okay, so right now Alan Wilson is taking the stage. Let's go ahead and tap in for a live look and hear what he has to say right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to first start off by saying thank you to Mike Rickenbaugh. I could not have chosen a better running mate to be my partner in this journey. Mike, thank you. I want to tell all of you something. When I was thinking about who I was going to pick to be my running mate this past fall, I wanted someone who would be an inspirational leader, someone who was aspirational, someone who would inspire people and bring people together, someone who would push me beyond my limits to help me be the best candidate and the best governor I could be. And I found that person, and I decided to make her husband my running mate. That's Sharice Rickenbaugh, y'all kidding. Mike, every single day that I have been on this campaign trail with you, we have talked every night. You've been my first call in the morning, my last call at night. You have ratified and reaffirmed that I have great judgment. Thank you, brother. I love you, and you're going to be an amazing lieutenant governor. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to start off by thanking my wife, Jennifer. If it wasn't for her support, I could not do this. And my children, Michael and Anna Grace, they're really the reason. They're what drives me. I love you, kids. I'm so proud of you. The campaign team that we assembled, our staff, if I start naming people, I'm going to leave someone out, but I'm looking around and I'm seeing you. I want to thank you all. Thank you all for what you've done. I'm looking over here and I'm seeing my mother Roxanne. I'm seeing my brothers. I see cousins standing there, extended family. Guys, I feel so small right now with so many of you just looking at me. My friends, my family, my supporters, the campaign team that's been out there knocking on thousands of doors, making tens of thousands of phone calls, sending out letters on postcards, calling people, my social media warriors, my quick reaction force, my veterans who are out there fighting for me. Thank you, because I did not win this. I did not get a slot and win a slot to the runoff. We did. It was you that got us there. I want to thank those who invested, not just their time, their energy, and their talents, but their money. These things are expensive. And the financial supporters out there, I'll be calling you first thing in the morning. But you made it possible. You put the gas in the car for us to take our mission, our vision for the state of South Carolina. That change is coming. The status quo will happen no more. And I want to thank you who supported me financially by allowing us to get this message out to the people of South Carolina. I also want to thank God. Many of you have heard my faith journey. And it's by God's providence that I'm here tonight. Earlier today, I got up this morning and I prayed to God because I didn't know what the results would be today. I believed him. I believed we would be here tonight. But I prayed to God not to win this race, but to give me the grace to accept whatever his will was. And if his will was for me not to be here tonight going into this next phase, this next chapter, then I needed the grace to accept that. And if it was his will for me to wake up in the morning and begin the next 2-week campaign, to give me the courage and the fortitude to rise to the task he's laid before me. And I give all the glory to God and my Savior, Jesus Christ. Thank you so much. I want to thank the voters, the supporters out there, because this is a job interview. The office of governor does not belong to anybody. It does not belong to Alan Wilson. It does not belong to its current occupant. It belongs to you, the people of South Carolina. I've been traveling the state asking you to hire me to do this job. This is not something you get coronated for. This is not something you can inherit. Not everybody believes that. You have to fight for it. You have to earn the votes. And to those of you out there who voted for me, thank you. I appreciate you. You put us in this position to win this race in 2 weeks. I want to thank another group of people. There's some people who offered their names up. They were my competitors. They were opponents. They were not my enemies. Sometimes it may have felt that way on social media, on debate stages, when we were getting chippy with each other. But the reality is, the other people who ran for this race, ran for this job, they love this state too. They offered themselves because they thought they were the best alternative to be able to lead it forward. Some of them are not moving to the next level. I want to start by thanking Josh Kimbrell, a guy who was able to articulate a message, and he's done a great job of doing that, a leader in the Senate who endorsed me last week. Josh, I appreciate your endorsement. I want to thank Nancy Mace. I learned tonight, she called me tonight and she announced that she was going to endorse me, and I want to thank Nancy for that. Nancy and I had a long conversation over the last couple of weeks, and while things got really tough there in the early days, we came to an understanding. We buried our hatchet, we got past our differences, which is what you have to do as a leader in government. When you have a difference with somebody, and you feel people hating you, you hating them, you have to rise above it for the greater good to serve the people. And Nancy Mace and I were able to do that. So Nancy, I want to thank you for reaching out to me tonight. I want to thank you for your endorsement. I want to thank Ralph Norman, I want to thank Ron Reddy, because they each, like Nancy, brought unique aspects to this race. They brought a unique way of campaigning. It was different than mine, okay? But it was unique to them, and they actually made me a better candidate. They made me appreciate this process so much more because it made me fight harder and work harder and appreciate it more. So thank you to them. Now, they're not moving forward in this race, but this is what I want to say to their supporters. To the supporters, the people out there who voted today for Nancy Mace, Ralph Norman, and Ron Reddy, 3 people who represented something to you, that inspired and sparked something in you. To the people who supported Nancy Mace, because she was the maverick who shook things up. You never knew what she was going to do or say, and you love that about her. There's a home for you in the Wilson campaign. To the Ralph Norman supporters out there who loved that Ralph Norman was a conservative juggernaut who challenged the establishment and the status quo, there is a home for you here. To those of you who supported Ron Reddy, the successful businessman, the plain-spoken outsider who brought a message of reform and something different, there is a home for you here in the Wilson campaign. I will fight for you. And I invite all of you who I wasn't your second choice coming into tonight, or I wasn't your first choice. I'm willing to be your second choice tomorrow morning. Give us the chance to fight for you, to fight for the ideals that you found so valuable in those other candidates. Let me be that standard bearer for you. I will carry that for you in the next 2 weeks. Ladies and gentlemen, as your next governor, Mike and I have talked about this. Our number one goal in everything that we do, our North Star, our true north, if you will be to make living in South Carolina more affordable for your families, to make our economy more profitable for your businesses, and to make our government more accountable to you. That is what I commit to you. I'm a 30-year combat veteran and a career prosecutor. I have fought in the courtrooms of this country for our constitutional rights and to put violent criminals behind prison, and I have fought on the battlefields of Iraq to defend and protect our Constitution and our way of life. I will bring that same courage, that same conviction, that same passion, that same desire to fight for you to the office of the governor if you will give me the chance. Hire me to be your next governor. I will be a fighter for you. We will fight to eliminate the income tax, reduce your property taxes, DOGE, fraud, waste, and abuse from government, promote a kids first education agenda, fix our crumbling roads and bridges, lower utility rates by bringing more energy into South Carolina, and having smart growth that respects the character of the communities that we live in. No more boondoggle deals that are cramming things down your throat. We're going to have a thoughtful government. We're not going to have the status quo anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, to those of you watching at home tonight, I am asking for your vote in 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a very short turnaround. We will win this race. There is energy, there is momentum, and we are going to bring the heat. But I need you. I need you. Can I hear you? I need you. This is the job interview. I'm asking you to hire me to be your next governor. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to get to work. We got to get home, get a good night's sleep, because it's going to be a long 2 weeks. But 2 weeks from tonight, we're going to be celebrating a victory and a pathway to the next governor of South Carolina. That is me, Alan Wilson. I will fight for you. Thank you. God bless you. Let's get to work.
You have the Attorney General Alan Wilson with his wife Jennifer and his running mate there as he declares victory, so to say. He's going to finish either first or second here and be in the Republican runoff for governor in 2 weeks against Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette. Let's just get reaction from our panel here. Bob, what are your thoughts on what you heard Alan Wilson say just now?
I think that was an excellent speech because you see what he did in there. We've already known that Nancy Mace has endorsed him, and he appealed to all the voters. So he complimented all the people that he was running against, and he said, appealed to those voters and said, "You have a home here. You forced me to be a better candidate. If I wasn't your first choice tonight, in 2 weeks I need you." So I think I was well prepared. Well done.
John?
Absolutely, and again, he's showing exactly the right. This isn't his first runoff. He's done this before, and he understands that he has to be a coalition builder right now. He has to unify. He has to reach out to those that didn't pick him first. All those things get put in the past and start building a network there. I think he's showing a lead beyond reaching out to the voters that are listening. He's also showing a lead on reaching out to the other candidates in the race, having Josh Kimbrell and Nancy Mace, the bottom two candidates, already endorsing. We'll see where Ron Reddy and Ralph Norman go before this runoff is over. He also highlighted affordability, which has been a key issue on both sides of the party. Many people are struggling today, and Alan Wilson is the only candidate that has made the gas tax and temporarily suspending the gas tax to make life easier for those that are struggling to make ends meet a priority and a centerpiece of his campaign.
Any surprises from you, Mr. Felder?
Not really. He announced his running mate, which we've known about for some time now anyway. That certainly is going to help him in some communities. So, but his response here was very good, I thought. He well prepared, took to some of the issues that we're concerned about. So, and it looks like he's picked up Nancy's support, and we'll see what happens to him.
Yeah, which the running mate thing is also something that you saw very striking there. Again, he's the only candidate out of all five that picked a running mate prior to this point. Yeah. And you saw at the open there just how close of a relationship seems to have formed between him and Senator Rickenbaugh. A car dealership or a car sale, well, he owns car dealerships in Florence, and a family man with a beautiful story about being adopted. And you can see the beginnings of someone or a pair that will work as a team, governor and lieutenant governor, going forward. And
we mentioned Nancy Mace earlier and Pamela Evette. Would Pamela Evette pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Nancy, you want to be my running mate?" But that's not going to happen now because just a short while ago, Nancy Mace said this at her rally this evening. Take a listen.
You know that I'm going to endorse Alan Wilson for governor.
So that was just about 40 minutes ago. Nancy Mace, who will soon be the former 1st District Congresswoman, backing Alan Wilson in this primary. All right, so here's my thing. If it stays Evette, Wilson, 29, 26%, back and forth, somewhere around the upper 20s for both candidates, mid to upper 20s, who's got the advantage in 2 weeks, Bob?
I think that Wilson comes out tonight with that speech because we haven't heard from Evette yet. And you can see that he's kind of taken that first opportunity there to reach out to people and just picking up Mace's endorsement right away and on the tail of getting Kimbrell the other day it looks like the other candidates are sort of gravitating toward him. Certainly we have to wait for the other two, but I would say that right now, handicapping it, again, very close, but I think that Wilson has pulled ahead for the runoff.
And John, if it was like Evette 48%, Wilson 28%, I think the advantage would go to Evette, but they're pretty close right now.
Yeah, they're very close right now, and you've got kind of an interesting dynamic. I opened up talking about the different coalitions, and part of the Evette coalition is an alignment of a continuation of the McMaster administration and the Trump alignment there with the president's endorsement. And there is a question of where do these coalitions now come together? Do they rally behind Alan Wilson, or do they rally behind that Trump alignment and more establishment of someone who's picked by the governor and the president and says, this is the person, versus, because keep in mind, the voters have never voted for Pamela Evette, at least as an individual candidate. This is the first time. They voted for Alan Wilson. There's a clear record with Alan Wilson. So you have establishment support behind Evette and Trump alignment against more of this law enforcement, law and order record sort of institution, if you will.
And Jim, is there a preference here for Democrats? Because you've got your candidate, you've got Jermaine Johnson. Is he speaking, by the way? He is